Whoa.
That was a
Let's
lot.
that episode. We are Welcome to Derry, episode one. Whoa. Like, I was hoping that it was going to be creepy and uncomfortable. No, I was hoping that it was going to be creepy with
You
uh
got the uncomfortable.
I was like, let me backtrack because I don't think I wanted it to be like where you're like, I want it to be creepy, but hmm, hmm, that opening scene. I was so uncomfortable during it. And this is no shade. This is actually just not a bad review. This is not me saying I hated it. That opening scene made me so uncomfortable in the car that I had to pause it a few times
Yeah.
to almost like inhale, take a deep breath, and jump back into it. The first time I paused it, again, this is going to be full of spoilers, so like we're not gonna hold back. So if you haven't seen it, see it, come back. The minute she stuck her fingers in the liver,
Yeah.
I paused it then. I paused it then and was like, take a minute, take a second. Like you know what's happening, you know what's gonna happen. It's and then the he has I don't know whoever the writers were. I don't it's not that I want to not give Stephen King credit for
Wait, so you knew she was gonna stick her hands in the liver?
yeah,
Okay.
well like she was it was like yeah, like I mean like she was
I yeah, this is a new show for me. I am not
no
as familiar with the It universe. So when you said I knew she was going to, I was like, is this part of the lore?
no. Like when she took it off and like she was going like this,
Gotcha. Yeah.
we're gonna take a second here. Um no, we'll get to some of the actual lore that is in it. But yeah, that opening scene made me so uncomfortable. And
I
it,
didn't no, I didn't watch my wife's birth. I say that I was there, I was in the room, but I made the decision to be on the opposite side and like massage her shoulders, give her words of affirmation. And the doctor was like, "Do you want to come on this side?" I'm like, "Haha, absolutely not." Like I didn't watch my wife's birth and I was forced to watch this one.
right, this is your karma for not watching it.
Right.
Yeah, you were now you have experienced the House of Dragon birthing scene
Yes.
and Welcome to
Yes.
Derry, and all thanks to HBO. Thank you HBO for providing a whole bunch of birth videos that I never needed in my life.
Yeah.
Um, yes, but kudos to the opening scene because I was like, oh, one, it being on HBO, they're really going for it.
Oh yeah.
They're really going for it. It's super uncomfortable, which like I said, I don't have, just because I was uncomfortable doesn't mean that I have a problem with it. I think that's actually very well done because that whole dairy it universe is very uncomfortable. Even though the movies, like even the old 80s, 90s movies, it's you would be dealing with things with all that would all of a sudden get very uncomfortable with the adults,
Yeah.
which is part of, the clown and like him manifesting as just evil and weirdness and creepiness. And so very happy that they did that. Like we still had to experience it.
That was a lot. I remember I also paused it at one point and was like, "Well, how did we get here? What choices did we make in our life that led us to sitting on the couch and watching this at this moment?" And like, I am not a horror fan,
Sure.
so
Yeah.
like everything I say about this show, I say horror fans take it with a grain of salt. I know where I fall on the
Sure.
spectrum. I was disgusted, but I thought the episode was really good.
Which is, I mean, I think even I think even horror fans that love that stuff would be like, yeah, that was disgusting. Like
Yeah.
a deformed baby with wings, and she's holding it onto the umbilical cord, and it's smashing around it, and just like like you could feel the tension building with the spelling contest
Yes.
giving the kid, and it like that was like giving me like this is just getting really icky,
And then
really
you
icky.
see the signs, like, so you know they're not headed to Portland or wherever they said. And yeah, like the spelling bee, the thing with the liver, the sister hating her sibling, obvious like within the 30 seconds of screen time, it's like, oh, she hates that kid. And like just yeah, it was just like a volcano just like building up to the birth of Satan. Just
With and as we go through this, we're going to we do get reacquainted with the birth of the demon spawn again at the very end.
yes.
So where it's I this is my fault for not looking it up real quick. You can look it up. What is the year that this season is taking place? Because I know that his their idea is to do. I know it jumps back 27 years, and I can't remember when the original was that they talk about. I know that this the creators' plans are going back each season, going back 27 years. So I know I think this one's 19.
Early 60s.
Okay. 60s, and but I know they have a year because they've talked about jumping back another 27 years, and then season three is another 27 years, so like 1900 something.
Oh, so this is already like locked in multiple
No, they
seasons.
haven't. But they say this is they put out there that this is ideally what they would like to have. Like this is where they see this show going is each season jumping back 27 years. And I mean, like I'll be upfront and say right now, I was a little disappointed that like they weren't going all the way back and working their way forward because like I really want to know the origins of Pennywise, but I mean I don't know how important that is to just having a horror show right now. I mean
Right.
eventually if ideally maybe we will get it, we won't. Um so it's taking obviously place in the 60s, I think we think it is. And so we're the kid, obviously, we already have a little group of kids that are going to be the ones that are going to be the little investigators, or so we're led to believe.
Yeah. That one
H-
caught me off guard too.
HBO has, yeah, um, yeah. So another group of kids that weren't really friends with this Maddie, but kind of were friends with him in a tertiary kind of way, kind of like they all knew of him. They didn't shun him the way the others do. They occasionally kind of blame themselves for not really kind of taking him under their wing and being more friends with them. So when he does disappear, they kind of all feel a little responsible for it.
Yeah.
Little the Luna Lily girl who's lost her father in a pickle jar factory.
That was, yeah, a lot of weird. Yeah.
Um, and her friend, and I'm blanking on her friend's name.
It's not Marge. It's
It might be or
no. Yes.
Marge.
Or is it Susie?
I think you were right the first time.
No. Yeah, Marge.
And then there's friends Teddy and I can't again blanking on the other kid's name. So Teddy
Polly's the brother.
and so
Yeah.
they kind of you find out that Lily is the first one that kind of hears the voices in
Yeah.
the drainage pipe, sees the fingers come up. She tells her friend is like, listen, everybody always thinks you're kooky, keep it on the down low. We don't need this spreading. So she goes to the boys and tells them, and they are more likely, the one is more likely to believe her. Then I believe he sees the lampshade after he has a sit down conversation with his father at supper and says, hey, do you think kids can be held in the sewer? And his dad was like, listen, we lived through the Holocaust here. Like, there's a lot worse things going on than
Very
to.
sobering
Right.
moment. I mean, like in the end of the day, we know like the kid was in the right, but that was just like a oof. You kind of just sit down and finish your food and leave it alone.
Right. So his father like says, hey, and has to bring up the lampshade thing,
Yeah.
which then is revisited upon this child in his room, and he sees faces with lips sewn together, like his father explained, and a lampshade. And then because of this happening, he's more likely to believe Lily that it happened to her.
Yes.
So now they kind of decide, yes, it's March. Lily, yeah, that they get together, they go to the library. Will just took off.
Sorry, my dog was really wanting attention. I just had to slip him out
Okay.
real quick.
So Phil, Teddy, Marge, Lily, and I believe Phil's little sister Susie head to the library. They do some
Yes.
research and they go to the movie theater, or they actually they track down Veronica,
Yes.
Ronnie,
Ronnie is what they call her.
working, right, Ronnie Grogan, who was working at the theater and had seen him. And when she hear first, she tries to brush him off and says, "Listen, they tried to pin this murder on my dad, so get out." She overhears them talk about the song that Lily hears Maddie singing in the sewers, says, "Wait a minute, that's the song that was playing in the movie when I saw him last. Let's go to the theater and see if we can." Now, in like kind of skipping over the Hanlon, I can't think what his first name is. Leroy Hanlon, who's in the Army, Air Force.
The
Yeah, I
Air
don't,
Force, yeah.
in the Air Force, dealing obviously with racism at that time. Not rushing past that, but dealing with the kids right now.
Yeah.
Um, the kids go to the theater, and much like in the It universe, they see Maddie in the media. Because, like, if you remember, like the movies and stuff like that, when they're like looking at slides, they see like Pennywise in the slides and kind of media, and then it comes to life. Well, they see this time they put on the movie that was playing that night. Maddie is in the movie holding a bundle of joy, sees the kids are trying to get his attention. He sees the kids, blames them for his predicament. And at that point, the demon spawn jumps out of his arms, shoots through the movie screen, and attacks all the kids. As we know right now, killing all of them, save for Lily and Ronnie. Those were the only two to escape. Now we can go into the fact that Maddie at one time gave her a turtle charm that they had found in a box. And a turtle is Maturin, Maturin. I forgot how it's like Mautrin, or it's Matu. I forgot what the lore is, but turtles in the It universe, and I also believe the Dark Tower are like purveyors of good. They are one of the good guys, and so you're left to believe that maybe the turtle on her bracelet is what saved her going through this, and that then again, her and Ronnie are the only ones that survived the cinema experience. And you want to go ahead and take over the Leroy Hanlon side?
So Leroy comes with his one of his Air Force partners from I guess a different base. They get to this base in the Derry area. Um, Leroy has some rank on him, so he is to be respected and set in the time period that it's set in. Obviously, there is some racism, and while it seems like most of the uh, soldiers, service members there are willing to respect the rank, there seems to be one person that isn't. Um, the general comes in and kind of sets him straight, as far as we know. Always, we'll see if it's, you know, the
Right.
false flag or something like that. But uh, Leroy is there, I guess, to test pilot or to pilot a new gen fighter jet, a B-2 bomber.
Mhm.
And at night, people that come in wearing what look like Nazi gas masks attack him in the night and are demanding the schematics and plans to the bomber that he is supposed to be flying. They threaten to shoot him if he doesn't give them the plans. and schematics. He says no, but then his greasy-haired partner, I forget his name, but he comes in, swoops in, distracts them, fights them off, helps save the day, and we are left to wonder if the mechanic from earlier was involved, um, or just who is involved in that, but also what's next for that beast story. And
Okay.
he's also waiting for his family so we can move them into Derry, which is a great, nice town, allegedly.
And so the last name Hanlon, do you know who that is?
Nope.
Okay. In the It universe, the little boy that the African American kid that's in the It movies, that would be his grandpa.
Gotcha. Okay.
He is also a Hanlon. And I don't think they ever gave the name of the driver. Remember the driver that kept sneaking him looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
They never gave his. I meant to go back and look and see if his name tape was there or not, but I don't think it
His
was.
name is in the cast list.
Ah,
I don't think they ever said it. I know they didn't ever say it on the show. I don't know if it, I would have to go look and see if it's in the credits. But his name is Dick Halloran. Do we know what Dick Halloran is in the Stephen King universe? I will tell you. Dick Halloran was African American chef and the overlook the hotel in The Shining. You remember the one that also had the fork, the Danny Torp, he had the connection.
yes.
Yes, that is actually him. So they are throwing a whole bunch of Stephen King Easter eggs into this. Because, like I said, the use of the turtle, like I said, obviously with it being in Derry, they were going to use Hanlon. So it would have the connections to, I think in the little boy might be Mike Hanlon. I may be completely off on that. But yeah, obviously they're going to be like with his grandfather being a part of that. I do believe the older brother of Teddy, the one that was like, I can't believe we're related. That older
Yeah.
brother, I do believe he is the father of Stanley in the It universe. The little this is not I'm not using this slur, this little, the little Jewish kid
Yeah.
in the It universe. I do believe that's I do believe that's his father.
Okay.
So they are like attaching it obviously
Yeah,
to
they're adding the bloodlines, I guess, that
sure.
will carry on into the future movies.
But I did think the Dick Halloran thing was pretty wild because
Yeah. Curious
you
where they go with that.
right, because you're like, I like obviously it's like, well, I mean, as much as you would like to think, well, he makes it out of Derry, great.
Right.
Only to end up in another nightmare.
I was gonna say, is it a life worth living?
So obviously you have those two. But so again, the ending very, very bloody, I mean, pretty graphic. They once again HBO does not care about wiping a group of children out in a pilot episode.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. When I saw the episode, was watching it and seeing the build up and everything, I was like, okay, so this is the little ragtag team of misfits that's going to solve the crime, and one of them might get hurt along the way, or one of them might even die along the way, but I didn't think along the way meant the pilot episode.
Correct. And I was talking to somebody who, last night before the movie I'd seen last night, and was like, I was like, me and all my infinite wisdom was like, I believe that we're going to find out in the second episode that it really was a dream and all these kids aren't dead.
That's what I was wondering too.
And he was like, no, the director was pretty clear. And I was like,
They gone.
oh, okay, well, pardon me. And like, let me just go ahead and
Uh,
my big mouth.
just kill that theory immediately.
Right. So overall, what
That
we're
was my first thought too. Was like, there's no way. I was like, second episode is gonna find out like that was a nightmare. It was the kid never woke up from the lamps, the situation. Like,
I'm thinking, oh come on, they just introduced these kids that we're gonna solve all the crime.
yeah,
So no, but now from my understanding, I could be okay. We'll just call this my theory. We'll just call it a theory I have. Is since that theory was taken out from me, that my new theory is we will find another group of kids. because Lily and Ronnie are still there. Um, I don't know how you explain a whole bunch of bloody parts at a movie theater.
I was gonna say that sucks for Ronnie and her family because I mean they already tried to pin the disappearance of the kid on you, on your dad, and now there's a massacre inside your theater. Like that's a wrap. Like you're not whatever defense you used to clear your dad's name the first time isn't gonna work a second time.
Right. And so I'm wondering, okay, because the It universe is also very good about like, even though there are things that are horrific things that happen, there's usually like no evidence left behind by Pennywise the clown or whatever the demonic
Yeah.
thing that is.
Premium cleanup crew.
Right. Like if they go back to tell an adult and like there's nothing there, but then those kids are all always going to be missing. I do like if those kids are for sure dead, then obviously I feel like they're going. I think knowing that it's the It universe, you're just going to have another group of kids. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
there's no way they turned it into a dynamic duo for the series. I don't see. I think maybe, but there's got to be another group of
so
kids.
that's
Like,
our
yeah,
first theory right now is that that is what I have questions about the man that Leroy Hanlon met with, the higher up. I don't know. Pardon me, I don't know his rank, but the guy he met with who made the other guy salute.
General Shaw.
Okay,
So he's a general.
okay. So the general, I have little squirmy feelings about him too. I feel like he's not like exactly what he seems.
Agreed.
There has to be something more with Dick Halloran because he just keeps getting eyes like
Yeah, yeah. It's
without anything to say. You're like,
exactly like it's not just like he was there in the background. Like the camera holds
right.
on his turn and glare. Like that's not a coincidence. That's not just a creative decision by the director. Like that's clearly going somewhere.
So that's another theory we have is that, well, like do you agree with me on the general thing that there's going to be something that's going to be
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and that's why I said like he came in and he made things right, but
a little too smooth?
a little too smooth and brings him in to his office and they share their glass of whiskey or brandy, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. For what the show is, that was just too smooth of a transaction.
So yes, we think there'll be another group of kids. We think something's wrong with General Shaw. We know that they've got to be doing something with Dick Halloran because even when they drove by that secret thing, he was kind of like,
I was gonna say that was when they asked what it was, and he said secret or whatever he said, secret classified projects. Immediately turns, and again the camera
like,
holds on that shot, and it's like, okay, the drive, the driver shouldn't be the main character, but suddenly I'm curious why this driver is giving me the blue steel look.
right. So we know something to be up with Dick Halloran. Obviously, they are leaning heavy into this turtle thing because with the turtle at the school handing out the flower, the nuclear, or maybe it was in the 50s, the nuclear fallout kind of stuff, like the duck and cover kind of thing.
Yeah,
And the turtle there and the turtle on her bracelet. So obviously they're going to kind of lean more into that. Um, maybe we're going to see more of these kids that maybe have a linear or gen, 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 oh, family line to the original movies.
yes.
Yeah, I can't think of the word. I can't even say it. I can see it.
Not geographical.
Yeah.
Dang it. That one.
Okay. Anyways, that one. So
Get down.
yeah. So overall, yeah, good.
I liked it. Like I said, it's
Right.
not like the show that I'm like again, it wasn't even on my radar,
Sure.
but then I remember hearing someone talk about it and hearing like the premise, like, oh, that could be interesting. And
Right.
then you were on board and I was like, yeah, okay. I am going to brush up on my lore of the well, I get the It universe, the Stephen King universe, because like I know enough, but I'm gonna spend some time on YouTube and catch up on some different parts because it was obvious like there was stuff I was clearly missing, like last names or this that went right over my head because again, this is not a universe or a set of movies that I'm like as locked in on. And this is how other people feel when I talk about superhero projects.
100%, 100%. Because I was like, even I had to like look up some of the stuff. I was like, I know there's a turtle at the end of the It book, and
Yeah.
that's like the thing that battles the spider, which is weird. But like, yeah. So definitely, I think that this we're gonna get a lot more of this as the series goes on. I think that they're kind of doing an homage ish to Stephen King using his works, but through this work paying, homage to the rest of his work. So yeah, we both liked it. We're interested in seeing where it goes. We know that there's going to be some filler episodes that are going to kind of like stall the momentum, but
Yeah.
I think every show has that. We're prepared for it. It's fine.
My only issue with that, and we kind of hinted at it last week, is you're going to have your filler episodes, and those filler episodes are going to be like mid-November, which just goes back to why did you start this show so late in October? Because the season finale is like right before Christmas.
Yeah, the season finale should have been on the Day of the Dead, November 1st. But I mean,
Yeah,
or November 1st is a Saturday, November 2nd, whatever. But I mean,
yeah.
like close enough to where you're like, okay, that's or even the now, from my understanding, I this might be a rumor too that we get to see they're going to do an episode. Episode 2 might be on Halloween.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think I believe, let me see, IMDb, I think said episode two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is on Halloween. Yes.
Yes.
At 7:40. Oh
Good
no,
for
eight
them.
forty, 8:40 Central Time. Nope, that's episode 1. What am I
No.
looking
Episode two,
at?
The Thing in the Dark, Friday, October 31st. I don't know if it has the release time, but
Okay, time.
if it is on HBO, they will probably do the whole like House of the Dragon thing where we make you wait until 8 p.m. or whatever till you can start streaming.
Okay. Well, or yeah, I can't really tell what they're doing because like I show like episode 2 is November 2nd and like episode 1 they're re-showing on Halloween. So we don't know. We'll find out. So as it gets closer, but we're gonna keep covering this because we kind of just want to see where it goes
Yeah.
and interested in seeing how it all ties into the bigger Stephen King universe. And right now until like some more stuff. Oh, until like Wonder Man, I think is out in January.
I kind of wrote some things out on my notepad on my phone because I saw a trailer for like all the different shows coming out and I was like putting dates next to them and then like Night of the Seven Kingdom I was getting excited and then I was clearing some stuff on my phone and I deleted it and I realized I deleted like old notes I had taken, old workouts, all kinds of stuff, and like as I swiped and hit delete, I like the corner of my eye caught like Wonder Man December or January. I was like, no, 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 but I couldn't stop my finger in time, so it's gone.
All right, well, we'll figure something out. Meantime, we'll be covering Welcome to Derry. And so we hope you enjoyed this. Let us know if you're watching it. If you don't like Stephen King, let us know that too. We don't care. It's fine. Or the last Stephen King book you read, the last movie you saw. I still haven't seen The Long Walk, but I did read it.
Oh, you didn't?
I have not seen it. Yeah. But now that it's on, I think it's like this close to being on streaming, so I'm just gonna catch that. So until then, we will talk to you guys all later. Bye.